Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Online Creators Association's Thursday night stream, where my co-host just logged in due to technical difficulties.
My work computer crashed, and I just spent 30 minutes freaking out about like this not being my property.
Yeah, no, that's totally reasonable. Under these circumstances, I think normally we just cancel the stream, but we canceled the last two streams, and I'm not doing that again. I don't have content prepared tonight.
Hell yeah.
I've been sick, and so I have not been very organized. But I do have just the Tick-Tock news alerts. Let's see, I'm just going to share this whole ass window and hope that I don't open anything that I don't mean to. So yeah, this is just our Google News alerts for TikTok. I'm just going to scroll through and decide on what we want to check out.
I know this is probably absolutely nothing, but this is a mental note for me to figure out what. Does that say Panera introduces holiday cup collection with Tick-Tock twist?
Let's check it out.
What?
On Thursday, December 2nd, Panera unveiled its 2021 Holiday Cup collection, but with a twist this year. In partnership with TikTok star Emily Zugay, the bakery cafe chain is introducing a line of ugly holiday cups that are designed to bring laughter and cheer to guests nationwide. The My Panera Plus coffee subscription is available for gifting in 2 and 3 month packages. And in celebration, Panera worked with Emily Zugay, a comedy social media personality and graphic designer, to create these one-of-a-kind holiday collection. Create this one-of-a-kind holiday collection, showing what it's really what's on the inside of the cup that counts. Who is Emily? Is that the girl who does the logos?
Is this yet another? I mean, I hope so, because that would be hilarious. Ugh, TikTok.
Fucking hate that captcha.
I fucking hate that shit.
It is. It's the girl who does the logos.
Yes. Proud of her. Honestly, that's decent branding. That is decent work on Panera's part of scoping out someone who does this on purpose. Okay, you know what? That's fine. I was prepared to hate it, but that's fine.
Speaking of, I'm going to close our email in case so that I can't accidentally tab over to it. Speaking of that, though, let's see if we've got anything in here about the Kyle Sheely mealy, which was probably a crime.
What?
Did you not hear about this?
Am I going to be upset?
Probably.
Great. I love it. Kyle Sheely. Is it? Oh, no.
Let's see. There we go. That's the one we want. So this dude, Kyle Sheely, went to a Come and Go and just like set up a cardboard display of himself advertising the Kyle Sheely mealy without permission. And a bunch of them started showing up and taking photos with the display, as well as asking them for the Kyle Sheely meal, which is what it advertised. And Come and Go noticed and decided to collaborate with him on actually making the Kyle Sheely mealy, which they changed it to mealy. But then later it turned out they had planned the whole thing in advance, like prior to putting the cardboard thingy up. And the videos in which he talked about doing that and in which he did that were not marked as ads.
You know what? That tracks. That's infuriating, but that absolutely tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? Okay. You know what? I understand this, like, people have oh my God. People have all of these things around, like, not understanding, like, why illegal advertising is illegal. So I'm sure plenty of people are on his side with this, but, like, that is fully illegal.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be like a fine and a slap on the wrist, and that's going to be it. But, initially it felt like, what a fun forcing of a corporation's hand. It's kind of an asshole move, but if you're gonna go as far as to like print out a cardboard cutout of yourself.
Yeah. Apparently, Sheely claims that the prank itself was organic, but Come and Go did know that he was planning on something, which sounds to me a lot like, we want to do a viral marketing campaign with you. We're not going to tell you what to do so that you don't have to label it as an ad.
That's not organic.
Yeah,
that's
no.
Absolutely. If they know, that's not a prank either. First of all, if they know it's coming, it's not a fucking prank. I am very tired of prank channels being like, no, we told them. Like, then it's no longer a prank.
I mean, I think you could reasonably argue that it is a prank. He's pranking his audience.
Into being advertised to unknowingly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that counts as a prank. It's not the prank anyone thought it was. This gives me anxiety. Anyway, just so everyone knows, if you conceive of something with a brand and then like you don't tell them what it's going to be a surprise, it's still an ad, even if they don't tell you what to do.
Yeah, this kind of shit is why we had the adpocalypse on YouTube.
Yeah. I can't live through that again.
It's gonna happen on every platform.
I know, because we're immune to learning things.
I mean, it's because every platform gets populated by idiots who weren't on the previous platform being idiots there.
Is this in the same line of my constant thought of new people turn 14 every day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, this is why I think that we need to start teaching like influencer culture lessons to all children in middle school.
Yeah, just know, like, hey, this is like your this is your history. Fun story. Mm-hmm. This is technically part of history now.
Yeah,
like about early YouTube kids.
Hey kids, this is what you need to know about the like industrial standards of advertising. Because you fucking might need it, and you will be accountable if you don't know it.
And you know what? If you're not on the end of people who are making it, you might get covertly advertised to in this way. And there are people you can tell about that.
Mm-hmm.
Just by the way. This is spacing so far up. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, for like a practical being able to do this professionally level, I think we should teach children this, not necessarily because they will understand, but because we need them we need them as soon as they get into this situation to be aware that there's a thing they need to go and look up again.
I need something embedded in all of their little lizard brains, just like in the back of their mind of like, there are laws about this. I just need that.
Yeah, they don't like, retain the information. I'm just like adding to my grad school plans right now. I'm sure we've talked about this, but I plan on going to grad school to study parasocial relationships.
Yeah.
And
oh wow.
To my mind, just like my first order sense of what needs to be done is that all children need to be taught about parasocial relationships and like how to have healthy parasocial relationships, both from the perspective of being an audience and from the perspective of being a celebrity, because either might happen to them without their consent or like awareness.
Yeah.
Because that shit just fucking happens to people now. And like the point at which you realize you need to know is
too fucking late.
Years too late.
It's too fucking late, always.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm sitting here thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have to figure out how to work this into a curriculum. Like, oh fuck.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're going to be teaching theater, so your students will be like the most appropriate students to tell this shit.
I know. It'll be like part of a show business. Like, even if you don't intend to go into this. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, you know how you guys feel like you have a relationship with these Broadway actors and you keep telling me about it because I know that is going to be a thing that happens constantly. That's called a parasocial relationship, kids. Let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. They don't know you exist.
I know you want to be a very serious actor who never does any ads for anybody, but let's game out this scenario. Your Twitter gets really popular because you're a funny and charming person. And someday some brand gets in touch with you and says, hey, you want to talk about our thing? We'll pay you a lot of money. And you already like this brand. So you're like, yeah, I'd like to do that. I would do that anyway. You need to know what legal obligations you have to disclose things to your audience. And they're not going to tell you because those disclosures make the ads less effective.
Correct. It's not in the brand's interest to tell you anything.
They will absolutely just let you fuck up.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt them because it's on you. This is also how I feel about the sheer number of because we went through that phase where there were a lot of CBD advertisers reaching out to people with A, dubious claims, and B, dubious quality products. And I never made a video about this, but I had a company reach out to me and I was like, sure, send me your stuff. And then I bought a THC and CBD testing kit. And they were like, there is almost the levels of THC are very low. And no, they were much higher than stated on the bottle, and they were high enough to get you high. I know because I had some. And that wouldn't make me mad if it were not for the fact that they were saying no, it's only CBD, no THC, it's perfectly fine. And unless you're unnecessarily extreme like I am, no one's good. They're going to advertise this product to people not knowing what legal regulations are in place, because that's the other thing. It's in a nebulous area legally, because it's not legal in every single state to advertise CBD products.
It reminds me of homeopathy manufacturing, where there's this recurring problem that they accidentally don't take the ingredients out.
I hate it. Thank you.
Which, just to go straight to the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
One of the places this news story crops up pretty frequently is in the homeopathic cure for babies' toothaches, which is belladonna. Yeah. Many babies have died of homeopathic toothache or toothpaste.
Did I ever tell you that the little girl that I used to nanny didn't go to a regular doctor? She went to a homeopathic doctor.
Homeopathic, not holistic?
Nope, homeopathic.
Terrible.
She also went to a Waldorf school, so that tells you precisely where her parents were. They were we will not make our child learn how to read until her teeth grow in, because that means her soul has settled into her body. Waldorf is wild. Anyway, we've never said.
I have heard things about Waldorf schools.
I have good things and I love the fact that they're oh, hi.
Hello, Hit Cheese 126, also Henry Yay. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thanks for saying hi. I love your username.
It's wonderful.
Work.
This is I don't remember what I was saying anymore. Oh, there are good things. I love the fact that she was allowed to sit in class and crochet because she couldn't hold still, and in this moment I'm she has ADHD, but couldn't be diagnosed with it yet because she was too little. They let kids do stuff like that, and they taught them handicrafts, and they had to go and prepare their own food for lunch. There were good things, but also there were things we don't allow the children to look at the color red.
Yeah, my understanding is that Waldorf schools are like Montessori schools, but also a racist cult.
Yeah, that's exactly the truth. If you want the Waldorf school experience without the racist cult, you find a nature school where they just throw the children into the woods all day and they're do science experiments, kids. Learn about buoyancy, find a creek. I don't know. Have fun.
Sounds great.
It's great. They go out all year. Put on a coat. Who cares? You're fine. Okay, what other news? Also, hi TikTok live. I went live before we even started this live stream. I'm over on Twitch, so if you want to see the things we're talking about, go look at it.
Fucking hate every news site.
The one thing I will say is that I'm very excited for the reintroduction to the flip phone, purely because I miss being able to hang up on people.
I was not looking at the ad. I didn't parse the content of the ad. I was just being angry about its presence.
I saw the flip phone happen, and I was again struck by, as I was last night when an ad came up before a fucking YouTube video, of like, oh my god, I missed the power of getting to hang up on somebody, like that fucking clap, like, oh, I miss it. Anyway, I'm excited about that. It's stupid.
Yeah, because there's like an audible difference when you get hung up on versus when the call drops on like older phones. So people don't like, if you hung up on someone in 2010, they wouldn't call you back to ask if you meant to do that.
Because then you have to get into the whole conversation of I did, or you can choose to like back off of being petty in that moment. The thing about it does offer the option of like being petty in the moment and then being like, I don't know what happened. The call dropped. I'm so sorry. This is a very stable, normal thing that I think about all the time. Anyway, TikTok has introduced direct tipping for creators.
Yeah, they claim that they're giving us 100% of the tips.
I know that's a lie. I know it's going to be a lie. There is a processing fee.
Yeah, there's like credit card service fees to send transactions. But TikTok claims they are not taking a cut. And the function does also appear to go directly through Stripe. Like when you hit the button, it's not taking you to a TikTok thing, it's taking you to a Stripe interface.
Yeah.
And Stripe is a reputable online like e-commerce platform.
Yeah.
It's possible that they learned from every like delivery and rideshare app about what happens when you don't give employees all of their tips. They did not set themselves up for that horrific news story.
That's fair. That's fair. They may have actually learned something for the first time ever in their history as a company. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm not this. The problem with it is that when you apply for it, it tells you that there are only 2 things that mean you're eligible. That's not true. There is a set of eligibility criteria that you have to click on the terms to go and see. And they're not terribly hard, but we don't really know what being an account in good standing means. And it seems to mean something different in this program versus the Creator Fund, because I still get Creator Fund payouts. I'm an account in good standing for the Creator Fund. But when I applied for this, it said no. And I don't know if that was a glitch because a lot of people were getting a no.
It didn't just get a no and then like discover that the thing was there to get it.
I looked at a video of mine today, and I noticed the little gift icon next to the comment section.
Go to your I'll check. I'm just gonna go to your profile page and see whether the tip button is there.
The tip button is different from the gifts in the comment section.
Yeah, so like if I go to your page, you've got Q&A and supporting Equal Justice Initiative. You do not have send tip.
I'm sorry, I have Q&A again. When did it come back?
It's been back.
I haven't seen it on anyone's profiles.
Oh, I mean,
why is my version of the app broken? Okay, it's fine.
I've got it too. So like on mine, it's like the Q&A and then tips are the 2 red links. I don't know if tips. I don't know if you don't have that button, or if that button doesn't show up if you've also got a supporting a charity button. Like maybe it's the same mechanic because both of them would be sending something money.
So are you telling me that TikTok says no, you can't support a charity and also get money for yourself? It's one or the other. That would be absolutely hysterical. I will play around with that. I don't really know. Yeah, I think it was Jess that said like, yeah, I got denied, and then the button appeared. So it does appear that there's the system is a little glitchy right now. It's new. We expect that from TikTok. Sir, please stop digging. It's a flat surface. But I also now have the gifts. Like you can go into my comment section and send me coins, which are the things that TikTok does take a cut of. but I can send myself coins. So I could send myself 25 coins and actually lose money from my own account. For some reason, it is allowing me to purchase coins and then send them to myself, effectively costing me 70% of like whatever amount of money I put in. Which, okay. But yeah, so that also has a set of eligibility requirements to get that. And the Creator Fund has its own eligibility requirements, and this tip button has its own eligibility requirements. And none of them appear to be completely the same.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because anytime TikTok wants to do anything, it's very important that they reinvent it from scratch and never ask any other department whether they have any resources on that thing.
What if we just reinvent the wheel several times as a company? I know someone was in that meeting being like, so have we talked to the people who like handle the fund? Like, have we like discussed it, like how they work with that? And they're like, no.
I'm imagining TikTok designing a car and being like, well, we want people to be able to turn. So what we do when a person tries to like turn their wheels is that we lift those wheels up and bring down wheels that are set at an angle.
You can only turn at one angle though. And there's only one extra set, so you can only make right or left hand turns. You have to decide what's most important.
No, every time, like every year when they come out with the new edition of a car, they have more wheels for different angles.
They keep bringing it in. They keep saying like, "Oh, there's some wheel updates. Would you like those? Like, will it enable me to do a U-turn finally?"
Is it a wheel update or is it more wheels?
It's an update. I promise it's an update. It's the fucking Good Place sound with "It's not a cactus." That is the exact energy that I get from every update from TikTok I've ever had, of people being like, is it accountability? We promise it is increased accountability, and then it's a fucking cactus every time.
Can we make that video for the Toka account?
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Is it captions for everyone? It's captions for some people.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much in this article that.
Is it the Creator Fund for Canada? I promise it's the Creator Fund for Canada. And then it's just this, a tips button that doesn't necessarily work.
Experts warn against Christmas trend to traumatize cats on TikTok. So cruel, according to the
Please,
news.
please don't do it, but I assume that's being blown out of proportion.
Probably. How TikTok influencers are rebranding the Pitbull. When I first skimmed that, I 100% thought they were talking about the musician.
You mean they're not talking about Mr. Worldwide? Because I do also feel that TikTok has done a weird amount of like rebranding of Pitbull the musician.
Have they been rebranding him, or have they just been like taking his brand and publicizing it?
Enforcing the brand.
Yeah.
Like people having those Pitbull parties where everyone dresses up as Pitbull and wears a ball cap. Those give me so much grief.
Yeah, like I think that's not rebranding Pitbull.
No, they're just reinforcing Pitbull's brand.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the other thing is that's very old news, because as a white women have been rebranding the Pitbull for many years by just going into shelters and being like, I will take that one. I will put a sweater on it and it will be my little baby.
Mm-hmm.
As someone who has a dog who's deeply traumatized and angry, I don't know what's wrong with us.
Facebook and TikTok urge to reveal how many children use their platforms.
Has that not been a long-running story for years?
Speaking of The Guardian reporting on TikTok being urged to do things, did you finish watching that hearing that Abby did? I watched it.
I did not finish.
Yeah, there was a UK parliamentary hearing on extremism on TikTok that is really interesting. People should definitely check out. one of the people who was giving testimony is somebody we've worked with in the past, like Toka's worked with, Abby Richards.
It is a Toka member. Like Abby's a Toka. Yeah.
Yeah, Abby Richards, Topology on TikTok. She's the person who made that pyramid, the inverted pyramid chart of conspiracy unhingedness.
Yes. Unhingedness. Sir, calm down. Thank you. Hi. Okay, he's having a time, sir. Come here. Chill out. But yes, that's Abby. And Abby was asked to go give expert testimony in front of Parliament. And Abby talked to us before going. Not about like anything that I don't want to diminish having expert knowledge in something, and I'm trying to be better about that. But it was kind of like a moment of like, you're talking to Parliament, and the three of us just going, wow, like because it's wild. But what was at the end of that stream that concerned the Guardian?
Oh no, it just the Guardian is a British paper, so it reminded me of things happening in England.
England is asking all of its platforms to be like, hey, can you be a little transparent with at least the government?
Mm-hmm. Like everybody who was giving testimony at that panel was like urging the government to like put in place standards and not just leave it to the platforms to decide on what their own standards should be, or like leave it to the platforms to report on their own shit. Like one of the things that got brought up was having like a third-party organization, either a government organization or a private sector, but third-party organization that like does companies transparency reporting for them and doesn't like, and the companies don't get to decide what they report on.
Perhaps would be good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find the link so I can put it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna find it again. My brain doesn't work. But I mean, it's a good development at least. That at least one government is saying, hey, wait a second. You just can't self-report on all this stuff and hide the bad things.
I have dropped the link in chat.
Thank you. Hi, Jen.
All right, so let's jump back over to the news stories.
I'm just reading that headline of "Think Tick-Tock is smarter than me? Then I'm not the right doctor for you." I don't like that.
Yeah, I mean, like, that sounds incredibly snotty, but also I get it. Like,
I get it.
If I'm an expert in something and somebody comes in saying, hey, I read on the internet that you're wrong about this. I totally get just being like, okay, you can go to someone else. I'm not going to do this.
It didn't need a whole think piece, though.
No. This Oreo and sour cream combo has TikTok divided.
That makes me want to die on the inside.
Remember the mustard and watermelon?
I remember John Kung putting mustard on the watermelon and being upset.
Yeah.
And I don't remember upset for what reason. I just
specifically upset because it was good. He was mad about it.
Okay. Objective. Okay. What is it? What are they just putting it on top of an Oreo? Are they dipping Oreos in sour cream like it's chips?
I hope that they are opening the Oreos, scraping the cream out, replacing it with
sour cream,
and then giving it to people.
First of all, that would be a catastrophic like squash. Like
yeah,
I'm shooting out. No,
it's like dipping.
I see them dipping it. I see them. Is it a whole Oreo? See, my whole thing is I'm actually not a huge fan of Oreo filling because it's too sweet. I like the Oreo cookie, and I could see how this would be good. I can think of that. Like, I like cream cheese frosting. Therefore, I can see how the sour cream would be good. But if they're just dunking whole Oreos into a tub of sour cream, I don't know how I feel about that action. Moral of the story, please do not replace the cream with sour cream and just hand it to somebody. Or do.
Yeah, no, there are funnier things to replace it with that will, like, hold up a little bit better to squish.
Why do I feel like you've tried that? Like, I feel like this is coming from experience of, like, I have replaced the cream of many Oreos with strange substances that could vaguely pass for Oreo filling and given them to people to confuse and upset them. Ugh!
You ever, like, make deviled eggs and have too much of the filling left over?
I don't like it. I don't like it. What else? 37 best sites to buy TikTok followers, likes, and views.
Thank you, Fox.
You want a bacon? You want to buy some bots? Merry Christmas. It's almost time for bot season. Actually, the bots people I've noticed bot purchasing from are all crypto people. And I did a little impromptu experiment where I tagged one video #finance, where I was saying that I don't appreciate being asked to be part of an economy, and I don't understand what any of this actually means, and the money's all imaginary. And I got comments, probably 12 to 14 normal comments, and then a reply on every single one of those comments from a bot purchased from a man who sold crypto, about how his financial advice changed this bot's life. And it was literally every single one. I was like, okay, let me see if this happens again. And I think I tagged another video like finance just to see what happened. And I had the same thing happen with a different person and a different bot. So the crypto people are buying bots, is what I'm saying.
I'm glad that I've set my comments so that I have to approve every individual one.
You should only approve bot comments.
No, that sounds awful. I don't want to do that.
No, only bots. It's going to be like the Washington Post's TikTok, where they always respond to the "I'm 13. Are there any boys here?" comment, with something along the lines of "the boys are investigating whatever." I think that's like the ideal comment section. Only weird bots. I want that.
It's time to study the health impact of TikTok, researchers say.
Now? Now? It's happening now? It's time. It's bedtime.
I mean, to be fair, the overwhelming majority of research on TikTok, as we discovered working on the grant application, is research on how COVID information and misinformation spreads on TikTok. It's the only thing, like overwhelming majority of the studies.
Yeah. Not that that's bad, because we should know about it.
Public health researchers know very little about the health effects it might be having on the platform's mostly young users. That's concerning because researchers know social media platforms can be harmful, especially to the health of some groups of teens and adolescents. The platform is so massive, but there's almost no scholarly investigation into it, said Marco Zanoni. What?
We're trying.
We are trying.
No scholarly investigation into it. We're trying.
They include a way to use alcohol. They include the way alcohol use and vaping are presented on the platform, the medical advice given by users made more urgent in light of COVID-19 misinformation and moderation policies. They're also worried about what happens to users when videos sharing personal sensitive stories go viral, and if the platform has similar impacts on teen mental health as Instagram. And that's something we've talked about, the phenomenon of somebody with a small account for their friends going viral and then deleting their account the next day because
it all falls to shit. It all falls to shit in 24 hours. That's all it takes. Actually, Wagatwe Wenjuki posted a really great Instagram series of slides about not sharing all of your personal trauma online. And for younger users especially, not sharing a list of all of the things that you have been subjected to in the past and therefore might be vulnerable to in the present is a really good way to avoid getting groomed. Which is just yet another thing, like those like the do not interact lists of you're just handing someone a list of ways to manipulate you. There are so many other things, just aside from don't share your the intimate details of your personal trauma because you don't want to build an audience that only cares about your trauma and makes you hurt yourself in order to get views. There are so many other problems. It would be wonderful if someone would start looking at this as critically as we look at Instagram. The sheer amount of pro-Ana content that pops up as well, that the things that start on disordered eating TikTok that are just body checks that spread to everyone, and it's all haha funny games, but actually it's just, let me show you how skinny I am. Anyway, someone should study that. Not us, because I'm tired.
I mean, we're trying. If we get the grant, we will be studying things. I don't know that this is exactly what we're studying, but it's in the territory.
It's in, and you know what? It might be something that comes up in sort of the personal loggings of people who are keeping journals of all their interactions with TikTok. It might just be something that pops up of a trend we noticed is severe mood swings when exposed to particular kinds of content, or very intense changes in how they perceive themselves when their videos are not doing as well. Which is, I'm positive, a thing we will see. Yeah.
New survey outlines growth of TikTok as a restaurant marketing tool.
Yeah, that makes sense. I do watch a lot of food videos. I just want to be soothed. Just show me things I can't eat.
10 most popular books from TikTok. TikTok's testing a new business registration option to confirm business information in the app.
Click on that. Click on that, goddammit.
TikTok is taking the next steps in its growing e-commerce push with a new business registration option that will enable brands to list their business category on their profile, while also giving them early access to new business features. As you can see in this screenshot shared by social media expert Matt Navarra, some TikTok business profile managers are now able to access the new business registration option in their business suite settings. As TikTok explains, this is not the same as a verification badge and providing an extra level of assurance and authority about your business identity. But by registering your business through this process, which requires the user to enter various additional company details, you can then display your business category on your TikTok profile, which will provide another way for TikTok to both gather data about business users while also categorizing pages into different segments on the app. That could help in the next stage of its e-commerce listings by better highlighting different businesses and showcasing them to relevant users. It could also help communicate what your business does and make it easy to drive purchase action from profile visitors. E-commerce is the next big step for TikTok, With short-form video providing fewer ad placement opportunities, TikTok needs to provide alternate means of revenue generation for creators in order to keep them posting their clips, instead of heading to YouTube or Instagram instead, which have more established revenue share systems. In-stream shopping has been the key avenue on this front for Douyin, the Chinese version of the app, which now generates the majority of its revenue from direct purchases in-app. TikTok's looking to follow suit with the expansion of its e-commerce listings, as well as live stream shopping, Shopify integration, and various other commerce-related projects, now well in the works for the rising video app. Business registration is a lesser element in this respect, but the option to share your business category adds an extra level of authority to your in-app presence, while also better communicating your offerings to users. We've asked TikTok for more details on the option and what the early access element entails, and we'll update this post if/when we hear back.
They really made this sound like it was much more than it was. I am constantly clicking on articles about TikTok's new, like, we are doing business now. We are business friendly, like e-commerce nonsense. And every time I click, I am fed more information about like vaguely ineffective sounding tools.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, it reminds me of a discussion I saw once about science journalism, and that the problem with like science journalism, one of the problems with science journalism is that like big changes in science happen slowly and progressively with many publicly available like points of interest. But like every news story tries to be like the whole paradigm is shifted. So like whenever there is a paradigm shift going on, what you get is news stories saying that everything has changed well before, like when the things they're reporting on actually say, hey, this might be different. We don't know. We've started testing and some of the tests look promising. Then you get, oh, hi, Michael. Then you get some more tests and like articles saying this thing has completely changed. There's this revolutionary thing happening. And people are reading those articles going, you reported on this last year. And, you know, the next year and then the year after that and then the year after that. And then like eventually you get to a point where like all of the news organizations are like biting their pens, getting ready to report on like, holy shit, we proved the Higgs boson exists, when what we've actually proven is that the Higgs boson exists to a level of certainty 4 orders of magnitude higher than the already absurdly high level of certainty we've proven it.
Yeah, very thrilling. Yeah, this is the problem. And I get it. I get having to turn in an article. I get how that goes. But it's just like every new little incremental feature of this change probably doesn't need this level of reporting. The thing that is changing TikTok is being able to bring people directly to your Shopify. That's a big deal, and that is good. Because there are so many people that like run their small businesses through TikTok, and they need people to be able to leave to buy things so that they continue existing. When, if ever, is ByteDance going to accept that TikTok doesn't make money?
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay. Like they have so many other products that do make money. They own so many other things. When are they going to say, this is our thing that doesn't make money, but it is very popular, it's very culturally relevant, and we use our money to keep this thing running? Will it ever happen?
Michael asks, is running a business through TikTok or Facebook more soul crushing? I'm going to guess that it's Facebook, because Facebook gives you more opportunities to destroy your soul in service of profit, whereas TikTok just won't let you.
I kind of want, because the thing about like Facebook is that it doesn't necessarily punish you as badly when people leave the platform. If they are clicking on an ad first. So like there's that, but like it's soul crushing to just exist on Facebook at all. Because at this point the audience of Facebook is soul crushing.
Yeah. It's all of your worst relatives.
It's your worst relatives. And then my dad just yelling at them.
Everybody who's not cool enough to be on a different platform.
It's true. They're just there. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, I was thinking on the topic of this article being too much. I was thinking what we really need is like a trade publication for TikTok so that we can have like monthly or bi-monthly articles that are just like those roundup articles that have 200 entries of 2-sentence paragraphs covering everything that happened in this industry in the last month. And then it occurred to me that's something that we should probably be doing.
Suddenly it seems like, yeah, that would be really great to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
that
like
would be an excellent service.
Low-key kind of what we're doing with this live stream, but like we should maybe also do it as a publication.
You do more of it. Have a Substack. Like everybody else.
And use that as an opportunity to beg more people for Patreon backing, because I don't want to make that cost money, but that would cost a lot of money to make.
I know. It would cost so much money to make.
We should talk after the stream about what we can do to make that potentially happen.
Yeah. That would be wise.
All right.
What else?
Woman devastated after no one shows up to her Friendsgiving.
No, I feel bad. Happy TikTok news. This woman is extremely sad.
Spotify experimenting with TikTok-like video feed on the app.
What does that mean? No, click on it. What the fuck does that mean, Spotify? Nick just sent me a Discord message that just said, kill me. So I guess that means he's still working. Anyway, love seeing those little pop-ups.
Oh, it's a For You page for songs.
Don't they already kind of have that with like the sheer number of playlists they recommend to you?
I mean, I'm going to be honest, this does sound a lot better than the playlist approach. But no, Michael, it's not video.
Not video. They have not decided to suddenly introduce video, which is what that sounded like.
Yeah, they have that. Apparently, it's called the Canvas feature, which is that thing where like songs will have that 2 seconds of looping chunk of music video that I have seen some artists do really cool things with, and most artists share 2 seconds of the music video, and it doesn't work.
Excuse you, Doja Cat included 2 seconds of a terrible TikTok of one of her to someone dancing to one of her songs.
That sounds like an example of one of the good uses.
That's one of the best uses. And then she had to take it down. I don't know who ordered her to take it down, but frankly, I think she needs to put it back up.
There's one artist that I follow. I think her name is Hiradine. Or Hiradine might be the name of the album. I can't remember. A friend of mine texted me the link to the Spotify album. But the cover art is just her like laying down and looking at the camera. It's like a close up on her face, laying on like a bed of moss. And then the Canvas clips that like show when you're listening to songs from that album is that image, but also she blinks every second or two.
Yeah. Nice.
That's great. I love that.
That's all I want. It can be simple. It should. It's only 2 fucking seconds. Anyway.
And like we've learned from Vine that you can put a lot in a very small period of time. That doesn't mean you have to.
Yeah, this sounds like something I would enjoy. Okay, Spotify. Okay, Spotify.
Yeah, no, I like this. This sounds good. This sounds like uh thank you, Michael. I needed to be called out today.
um, my my like top 5 songs were an absolute shit show this year. Um, it was just like the depression special. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, what's wrong with me?
My top 5 are 7 O'Clock by Penelope Scott, Sleep with a Baseball Bat by Cosmic Johnny, More Like You by Orla Gartland, and then Death Thrice Drawn and Feelin' Some Matryoshka, both by The Scary Jokes.
I didn't think that I went on a year-altering binge of No Children by the Mountain Goats. But unfortunately, I did because I wasn't listening to it prior to the Tick-Tock trend starting because it's not a newer song. It probably popped up once or twice in a mix somewhere. Um, it was number one. It was my most listened to song. I didn't think I did that because I was making fun of Amelia for listening to No Children for like 2 straight hours. And I was like, Jesus Christ, are you okay? And then I get my own fucking Spotify wrap up at the end of the fucking year. And there it is. I did that to myself in the course of like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Not even.
What are your genres?
I mean, Broadway was number one because I cannot be saved and will not be saved. I had normal genres. Other people had wild fucking genres.
My number 2 is Bubble Grunge.
What the fuck is double grunge?
Googling it, what I have found is Twitter posts about people thinking that Spotify is trying to gaslight us into thinking that the genre bubble grunge exists. Like articles in news, like in culture papers, talking about how TikTok told a bunch of people they listened to bubble grunge and nobody knows what that means.
Was this also not the deal with people getting Dream SMP?
Oh my god, I heard of that today.
Yeah, and people were like, I don't know what the fuck this is, but like it was popping up like number 3 on people's lists.
Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Yeah, my genres were very normal. My that's probably because again, I listened to No Children so many times that I ruined my own fucking end of the year wrap up. Like, you know, there was like folk punk. Like I get okay, here it is. I had very normal Broadway is like Broadway folk punk, like indie pop, normal, and then people were getting shit like bubble grunge and Dream SMP.
Yeah, no, the rest of my list makes sense. I've got indie pop, bubble grunge, geek rock, folk punk, and pop punk.
You listen to bubble grunge more than you listen to geek rock, which I know is incorrect because I know your taste in music. What the fuck is bubble grunge?
I mean, like, I can definitely think of artists I listen to who I'm like, yeah, I could see why that would be bubble grunge, but they're not like similar. I don't know which one of those aesthetics is the one that is bubble grunge.
Which thing is fucking you up this badly?
Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Orla Gartland is indie pop, but she might be bubble grunge.
Could be. I can absolutely see that.
Penelope Scott could definitely be bubble grunge.
Yeah.
If bubble grunge is like a category of hyperpop.
Is it? What if it is? Who is to say? Did Spotify just like invent a new genre of music for fucking fun this year? Were they like, let's just absolutely fuck with everybody? The graphic design for this is going to be awful, and we're going to tell people they listen to bubble grunge. What is this? It has been like enough of a fucking year. Yeah, my top artists also include. I was in the top 10% of Bo Burnham listeners this year, and I was like, I didn't need to be called out in this way.
I have been so frustrated with Bo Burnham turning up on my on anything on Spotify because I really liked Inside. I watched it a bunch of times. I made a bunch of TikToks about it. I don't want those songs to show up in playlists with other songs.
Nope, too
Like,
bad.
I'm not looking to listen to like tracks from a musical theater production just mixed in with my indie pop and bubble grunge. Wait, shit, is Bo Burnham bubble grunge?
That's why we're also fucked up is because that would because bubble grunge would have popped up on mine too. Because again, I was for some fucking reason in the top 10% of Bo Burnham listeners.
Yeah. I think
because I fucked
I think
myself
we can
up.
reasonably conclude that it's not Bo Burnham because Bo Burnham is neither bubbly nor grunge.
Bo Burnham is the reason that my general vibe was silly and angst. Which, like, to be fair, my friend Hannah saw that and she just said, like, she saw that and sent me a message on Instagram responding to that fucking slide of, yeah, bitch, I could have told you that. I was like, shut up. Leave me alone. I know who I am.
Is bubble grunge when you take an emotional bath? See, that just makes me like the mental image I've got now is that like bubble grunge is when you like make a really nice relaxing bubble bath with like candles and salts and like a bath bomb and shit. But like you also are taking this bath because you're filthy and you really need to bathe.
Bubble grunge is it has been a week since you last took a bath because of your depression, but for some reason your brain was able to say, I know. I'm going to go to Lush and spend too much money to try to get that dopamine hit. And then you come home and you have your bath. That is bubble grunge.
I mean, I super get that. Like there are definitely times when you just like the bath bomb is the reason you're bathing. Like
one time
the thing that jumps to mind for me is like sometimes I just need to decide that I'm going to go get like a cake for myself because that's the only way I'm going to the grocery store, and I will also buy vegetables when I'm there.
One time when I was in the depths of my worst depression, Nick brought me home a bath bomb that was shaped like a turtle, and that was all it took. That was all it took for me to be like, okay, I guess I have the energy to use this today. Oh, that's what bubble grunge is. Now we know.
Yeah. My aura was focused and bold, which...
This is a lie.
See, here's the thing. Like, what I've been listening to is mainly, like, high energy, like, intense sadness and angst music. So, like, I can definitely see why, like, all of the angst I've been listening to is focused and bold angst. Like, I haven't been listening to like a broad spectrum of ways to express angst. So it's very weird that angst isn't on there, but like I understand why focused and bold would be in the top 10.
I specifically have a playlist called That Funny Feeling, parentheses, that feeling is a particular kind of depression. And it's all that kind of song of like, there is a lot happening and it's very emotional, but it's also enough beats per minute that my brain is like, I can type now. I can do my job.
You want to see the playlist I've been listening to?
Yeah. I also do just have a playlist called It Is a Bones Day, My Dudes. And those are just the songs that convince my brain that I might be okay. And I just listen to it real loud. Why have you made this? Why
are you responding to the songs or the title?
I'm responding to the overall aura of this is very threatening. Like the vibes are absolutely off. Yeah, the vibes are absolutely off. This is 1000% and a playlist you listen to when you're like, I would care to experience mania in this moment. Like, that's what this feels like to me.
Okay, see, that's the thing, is like I don't have manic episodes. Like, that is not part of my mental illness collection. So pushing myself as hard as I can in that direction is not a risky proposition for me.
So can I ask you why you gave it this horrifying title?
Oh, because I've been teaching myself formal logic.
I fucking hate it.
Actually, I've kind of like capped out because I ran out of like the only resources on the internet for learning second order logic and higher are just like textbooks you can download.
Yeah.
Whereas like first order logic and predicate logic, you can like there. I was watching a like college course that somebody just like filmed on YouTube, but I can't teach myself from a textbook, so Han is going to help me learn higher order logic. Yeah, so yeah, this is what that says. There exists some x such that ax and mx and not cx. And then the description of the playlist covers what all that means. So the universe of discourse is songs. So there exists a song, and AX means X is affirming, MX means X is moving, and CX means X is cheerful. So this is a playlist of songs that are affirming and moving, but not remotely cheerful.
It's great. And I like that you explained it to me. Maybe an hour before we got on to stream, I actually went into my kitchen and I was singing a little song about shredded cheese to myself. And then this is where my brain is. You are making these things. And I go into my kitchen and I'm just like, it's shredded cheese time, baby. And I sing this to myself and then I give a little to my dogs and we have our shredded cheese time. This is what you occupy your time with, and that is what I occupy my time with.
Yeah, I think basically what's happening here is like, you know that thing where somebody desperately needs their friends to reach out to them for help, but they can't handle like saying so non-ironically?
Yeah. Is it you or me, or is it just both of us?
I mean, did you make this playlist?
My concern is it's both of us.
I mean, it's always both of us. Cecilia, we're both TikTok celebrities. I don't think there's another state.
I don't think there is either. And considering that it's already heading into tinsel titties and glitter beard season, and that's a thing you can say on TikTok and people are like, yes, I know exactly what you are talking about. We're not okay. We're not fine. The no children going viral on TikTok is going to be the death of me. I wanted to make a video so bad, but my new office is all glass and I couldn't get any private time to make a video about how I'm drowning in our new office. Everyone would see. They can't know that I'm drowning. Because what would happen then? Nothing. They would just get mad that I filmed something.
Yeah, by the way, folks watching, if you're at all interested in like really sweet, angsty folk music, Huna is an artist I met because she was touring with my ex's ex. They were still together at the time when I went to see his tour. And she was easily the best part of that show. So I've been following her since. And she came out with an album like I think like somewhere mid 2020. So yeah, if you're looking for to add another dimension of angst to your life, Huna's a really good musician for that.
If you want to feel different feelings than your current angst feelings that your music is giving you.
Yeah. They're mostly songs about processing the complex feelings involved in realizing that you had been in an abusive relationship.
Jesus fucking Christ. I mean, I'm going to we're going to end this. I'm immediately going to look them up on Spotify and just get into it. I know that. But you didn't have to lay it out there like that.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Michael, thank you for dropping the link to the Discord and the Patreon in chat. You can join our Discord to stay in touch about the things we're doing, and supporting us on Patreon helps us do things like this. If we want to do that like newsletter thing where we just publish like short sentence long updates about everything that happened on TikTok this month, we are definitely going to need Patreon support for that, because that's going to be a lot of work. And it's probably going to be me doing it. And I also need to pay rent.
You know, that is true. Okay. It's time.
Yeah, I'm going to end the stream now. Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Thank
Bye.
you. Good night.